Hey y'all. Oh, let me check the audio while we at it. Hey Timmy. Wait, why is this my thing is unmuted? Why would it be saying it's like why would it be saying ain't no audio? Let me go into my audio settings real quick because Zoom is already on some foolishness. Give me 1 second. Because it's saying I don't have any audio when I clearly do. Ew, okay, hold on for a second, y'all. Why is this not? Hang on. Y'all hold on a second. I need to see something because this is not recognizing my it's not recognizing my camera. So I'm trying to see something really quickly. Because for some reason oh, okay, y'all, I gotta install the update real quickly. Hopefully this don't yeah, my computer had an update. Hopefully this don't require a restart for it to work. Because it's not recognizing my camera and or my microphone. So I guess we go do this update real quickly first. You said winter is too much right now. Hang on, y'all. I lost something that I actually need to go and get, but we'll see. Let's see if I need to do a restart. Can y'all let me know what y'all's condition is out there? Because y'all know I'm not on the East Coast, so I'm not in the storm with y'all. Oh, you said y'all can hear. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all know in a minute if I need to restart the computer because I might have to but I know y'all know what we gonna talk about. We gonna talk about this Shaunice interview because I got a couple things to say about it. For y'all who are wondering, yes, you got 12 to 13 inches of snow. Oh yeah, ain't no way. Yeah, I'm glad my mom is here then. Cause ain't no way. 12, 17 degrees in Michigan. In Philly, we have more than usual. Not too bad. It seems to be over and people are back on the roads. Okay. Oh, Kiana, well, you not gonna have no storm out in LA. Ain't no snowstorm. Listen, if there's a snowstorm in LA, then we know. Well, that's when we know. The day that there's a snowstorm in LA, that's the day that we literally know that the weather is truly being played with. Because LA don't have no snowstorms. Y'all, I got a question because I got a video we need to look at from this woman, this Becky, who got some words to say about Cardi B. And we know Cardi B will be in other people's comment section because I seen her in a couple comment section on TikToks because we know that Cardi B always somewhere waiting, wondering if somebody talking about her. So there's a white woman who got some things to say about Cardi B and her relationship. We know she ain't gonna find her. We know we ain't gonna find her Cardi in the comment sections though.
There are people saying Cardi.
Okay, so hold on for a second. Let me put this on there.
Battery 40%. Connected to CYNG and LAPTOPFU56MSS4.
Okay, give me 1 second. And I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to hear Becky's take on Cardi B and her relationship because I'm going to show y'all this because this is along the same lines of the Jessie Woo situation. Well, except that this is a white lady and Jessie Woo was actually reading what somebody else said. But I want y'all to listen to this. Let me just make sure we got the right outputs. Okay, we do right there. Let me see. Zoom don't usually change it just because I added a speaker, but we'll see if it changed it. No, it didn't. Okay, no, it didn't. Okay. So until this thing chooses to recognize my thing, which we might have to restart. No, it ain't done installing yet. So we got time. We can look at this. Let me show y'all this video with Becky and what she got to say about Cardi B because we never see Cardi B doing any family regular normal stuff with Stefan Diggs. We only see her at like games or photo ops. We don't really see her really anywhere doing family stuff, like nothing. She does nothing family related or even normal dating related with Stefan Diggs, like nothing at all. But look at what Beckisha got to say about Cardi B. Let me do something and pull up the chat box on my phone. I'll do that on my end. Look, we're about to listen to this.
B moved to Massachusetts. There are people saying Cardi B moved to Massachusetts. That's a fake relationship. You know, that's not a real relationship. He can barely look at her when they're together. Look at all the clips. He can barely look at her. Okay. He's annoyed she got pregnant. He has like 9 kids and there's like 6 baby mamas. Obviously, he just got into it with the BBL chef. I already talked about that. The BBL chef said that after that happened, after they got into a physical altercation, allegedly, that his girlfriend started contacting her, and it was not Cardi B. That was not supposed to go on for this long in his mind. And now they have to pretend like they're in a relationship. That's why she like goes to the games. He was like, he can't even make eye contact with her. He was like stretching in front of her, which, you know, ironically looked like he might be proposing, but everybody knows that nobody thought he was proposing. Okay. But anyways, yeah. I mean, she might be staying in Massachusetts, but this is all just so she's not completely humiliated.
Let's see if Cardi B is in
When she goes on tour, if she makes it on tour, if that even happens, I think I would have to go back so many videos, so I'm never going to fact check this, but I'm pretty sure I said I didn't think she was going to make it on tour. If she does make it on tour, that relationship is going to last 2 seconds. She will quit 1/3 of the way through the tour. There are people saying Cardi B moved to Massachusetts.
You see?
That's a fake relationship.
Y'all see how Becky is kind of going in a little bit. The relationship fake, it ain't gonna last. He don't like looking at her. He mad that he's ashamed that she got pregnant. And I mean, look, This Becky over here saying it's not a rumor. She lives in Easton. With all her kids, what happened to her house? She hasn't moved yet because she's not divorced. She's been living in New Jersey close to her family. So as you can see,
The update is that I am the annoying snow guy because I couldn't like sit in my house any longer. I needed to get
so
rid
you
of
don't see Cardi B in the comment
Also, I
section, and you will not see her respond. Like you will not see her respond to this white woman. You're not going to see her screaming on the internet at yet another white woman who decided to get into her comment into a video and talk about Cardi B's relationship. In addition to Selena Powell, though, because we have Selena Powell too, who was absolutely making her opinion known on Cardi B. But see, Cardi B, she only attacks black women because she knows that black women, even when she's attacking them, even when she's showing her vitriol, she knows that the low self-esteem that her fans have, that's gonna their low self-esteem is going to determine whether they support her, not whether she actually likes black women. Yeah, if she was black, Cardi B would have been in a Cardi B will be in the comment section. If she was black, she'd be screaming on the internet. Remember, she was just threatening Tasha K over she was just threatening Tasha K, and Tasha K ain't even mention her name because Cardi B likes to windmill for men. Cardi B is one of those hood rats that will absolutely fight over a man. Absolutely. And she's shown it multiple times. And that's why she keeps getting into these situations because she's just fighting over bandits. And she tricks too. Brad was dragging her in a separate video, but she didn't reply to him. Yeah, she's not going to attack a white person. She's not going to. She just ain't going to. She knows attacking a white person that even if she's doing it in response to somebody, even if she's defending herself, like even if she's truly defending herself, she still know attacking a white woman or a white person in general is absolutely not. You say you somewhat feel bad for Cardi. That man don't want her and she just had a whole baby. I feel nothing for Cardi. Nothing. Just like I kind of listen, I feel more for Evelyn's daughter than I feel bad for Cardi B. If I'm a bit feel bad for somebody, it would be Shaunice. It wouldn't be Cardi B. But let me play another quick video really quickly where, because listen, this is what a lot of people need to understand about Cardi B, because this is kind of what I've said too about Cardi B. She always, this is just what she did.
My timeline, my free page, everybody's talking about Cardi B stuff on next, Cardi B stuff on. Baby, Cardi B is a Dominican woman from the Bronx, okay? She's living the life that was bound for her. If Cardi B was not Cardi B and she was still just in the Bronx in New York right now, she would be living the life that she's living. Still, she would have multiple kids. She would probably have a couple different baby daddies. This is just the life for her. If you get it, you get it. I feel like people be feeling like since people have status, since they have money, they have family, they have fortune, that everything in their life is supposed to be perfect. No. If you get rich, you're going to be the same exact person you were with no money. It's just heightened now because now you have resources, you have access to a lot of shit. It's just going to amplify the type of person you already are. So if you're a dumb bitch, you're going to be a dumb rich bitch. Like, hello, you're not just gonna magically become smart just because you got some money, baby. Cardi B's a bird. Cardi B would have been a bird in the Bronx. She's a bird in Hollywood. She's a bird in Atlanta. Cardi B has been a bird. Just think back to her Love and Hip Hop Atlanta days. Think back to how she would think it's a prize to fuck with niggas who are in relationships or have girls or have situations. She thinks she's the prize. Like, do y'all not remember the reunion, like the viral clips where she was going off on the girl? What was the reason? If you go back and watch that reunion, she thought it was such a key to sit on that man's lap and antagonize the girl who he was dealing with. Why do you think that? Then I saw a clip of she was like, you know why my niggas love me? It's like having a best friend who you could talk to anybody about and you could just tell them anything and they just got good pussy. That's why my niggas love me. Your niggas love you because you're stupid. Your
Yeah, you're
niggas
a
love you
bird.
because you're a bird. Your niggas love you because you let them fuck off, come back around you, do whatever the fuck they want to do, and somehow you think you're winning because they spend the most time with you and they vent to you. Like, that's why your niggas love you, because you're a goofy bitch. And one thing about men, they love a goofy bitch.
They sure
Who
do.
wouldn't love a goofy bitch? Like,
Say favorite.
this bitch really, she let me have a bunch of kids. She let me cheat on her all the time. She let me come home at 4 in the morning. She let me get caught up in multiple allegations and I can still come around. I'm still getting fed. I'm still getting my back rubbed, my feet rubbed. I'm still being catered to, and I get some pussy. Yeah, bitch. Those niggas love you, all right? Yeah. Like, that bitch is stupid as hell. And the fact that y'all be surprised by her bird antics, it just goes to show y'all are really bad at reading people, because a bitch like Cardi B, I could have told you during her Love and Hip Hop days exactly how her shit would play out. Like, she has been showed she's extremely male centered and she's a bird. Like, one thing about a bird is gonna do what a bird is gonna do. Cardi B has been up and down my timeline and free page. Everybody's talking about Cardi B.
Why are we mentioning this? I'm gonna tell y'all why we're mentioning this. One, because I know Cardi B is in the Black community competing with Black women. So it relates to the show because she has this preference pathology we about to talk about that Evelyn done set up here and instilled in her daughter. And this tells you something about the mentality of these women, because even though they're 100% getting the same Black man, they're clearly teaching their daughters and passing them on the message as if they're getting a different Black man. And we know that's what happened with Shaunice and Evelyn. Evelyn done set her daughter up. And the fact that it's clear that Shaunice is hurt and Evelyn is laughing the whole time is a problem. But we already said that Cardi B would get nothing more than Offset repackaged because she's a hood rat. She's a hood rat, and hood rats attract certain type of men. Yeah, she is. She's a ratchet bird. Now, Cardi more like a pigeon. A bird is a step up from a pigeon, so I would kind of give Cardi B the pigeon title. I don't really see her as birdish more than I see her as like a pigeon, a ghetto bird. Yeah, Evelyn and that thing is weird. That's why we about to go over it. And then, again, this is just a segue to that conversation because Cardi B and Evelyn Lozada are the same type of woman. These women who know that within their community, because first of all, Evelyn and Cardi B, they have to put themselves in the Black category. They don't have a choice. They can run around identifying as Hispanic as much as they want to, but they're in the only community, mind you. They're in the only community that's going to see any value in them. No one else is going to see value in a Cardi B or in Evelyn Lozada. Like I don't see it. I'm going to say I don't see it. I don't see nobody really. No, we'll get into when the thing actually starts. We'll start right here. I don't want to hear the intro. And I'm going to try to get us through all of this. But Evelyn done set up here as a person who can only be in the Black community. The Black community is the only community that will take her seriously, see some value in her, or prop her up on the pedestal. These women know that not only are Black men going to do it, but they know Black women are too. Shaunice is Evelyn's daughter, who was dumb enough to have a baby by game. She was dumb enough to have his baby. And we knew she did it for some kind of status or a way to make money. But at the end of the day, this isn't going to elevate her daughter. This is not going to elevate her daughter. Evelyn basically walked her daughter into a trap of single motherhood. She did. Because what Evelyn should have been doing is cautioning her daughter away from black men and trying to tell her to market herself, which Shaunice is a pretty woman. She doesn't really have to market herself to other races of men. She just have to be open to them and not show an allegiance to black men. That's all she would have to do. But instead of her directing her daughter towards men who she would get better outcomes from, she decided to direct her daughter to game. You wouldn't direct your daughter to game if you actually care about the outcome of your daughter. Evelyn has been with many black men, enough black men to know that she's not going to get a better outcome than a black woman. We know that. We know that. But all of this is about an ego boost. Same thing with Cardi B. That's why Cardi B is trying to run around and act like she's just the better woman in this situation with Stephon Diggs and all his other baby mamas. Cardi B is not better. She's more famous, but Cardi couldn't be better than these women. She's in the exact same position with the exact same man, just like you don't see Stephon Diggs out with family outings and pictures with his baby mama, and you don't see it with Cardi B either. When have we seen Cardi B and Offset on a date? When have you seen anything that said Cardi B and Offset spotted having dinner over here? Or Cardi B and Offset went to the museum here or caught a movie, or here's Cardi B and Offset on a family outing with their kids. Like, you don't see those. You don't see those. Like, you don't see videos of Cardi B and Stephon Diggs doing what we see Megan Thee Stallion doing with Clay. We don't see that. So I don't see how her fans are trying to act like Cardi B is any different than any of his other baby mamas. She's not. She's the same. Evelyn is the same, and Evelyn turned Shaunice into the same. Because you were better able to see Evelyn's competitive spirit and her acting like she's better because she's a woman of limited color. She's not black, she's just black adjacent. But yep, like Sierra and her husband. Yep, like Sierra and Russell. And we already know Sierra doesn't have to open her mouth to say anything. Russell defends her. Russell defends her. Russell shows. He publicly expresses love. He publicly claims Sierra. Cardi B don't get that at all. She's a baby mama. She's literally the same as his other baby mamas. She just has more clout. So, of course, when he's at a football game, of course he gonna have Cardi B there. But beyond the occasional photo op, beyond his games, we don't really see Cardi B and Stephon Diggs conducting themselves in a manner that would suggest a relationship. We don't. Yet she thinks she's better. Yet she really do think she's better. She thinks she's better than his current baby mamas, even though they in the same position, regardless of what race they are. She thinks she's better than those baby mamas. Mind you, she in the exact same position. And quite frankly, one would probably actually guess his other baby mamas probably get more time than Cardi B gets. Because the other baby mamas are willing to share time amongst each other. Cardi B ain't, because she thinks she's too better than them, so she can't go and spend Christmas under the same roof with all of him and his other baby mamas because she want to act like she's different. She's not. Yeah, for someone who has a tour starting next week, Cardi had a lot of time on her hand, don't she? Yep, Clay Thomas, you can, exactly. Clay expresses his love for Megan in multiple different ways. We've seen them in situations where it's quite clear that they're dating. We have not seen that with Cardi B and Stephon Diggs at all. The same thing happens with Evelyn Lozada. Evelyn Lozada has repeatedly thrown herself into competition with Black women. She have verbally in numerous different ways basically expressed that she feels like she's better. Despite that, her outcome has been literally the same. Evelyn Lozada has gotten no treatment better than Black women. But I guarantee you two things that Evelyn did. One, she definitely separated her daughter's identity from Black women. She can sit up there and talk about Afro Latina all she wants to. You can best believe this girl knows she's not a Black woman, and Evelyn probably told her she's better than Black women. She also probably told her she'll get better results out of Black men than Black women. You can best believe that Evelyn told Shaunice that Black men will choose her over a Black woman. There's no possible way Evelyn Lozada raised this girl to believe that she's a Black woman and she's on the same level as every other Black woman. We know she wouldn't do that because Evelyn doesn't believe that about herself. Evelyn thinks she's better than Black women, just like Cardi B, despite the fact that she keep getting the same. She keep getting the same. They keep getting the same, but they're married to the delusion that they're better than Black women. They're not getting better outcomes. So as we watch this interview, understand, especially when it comes to Shaunice's expectations of Game, the reason she expected whatever she expected out of Game, be a different treatment than Black women, different treatments than his other baby mamas, which I understand are Black. She thought she was going to get something else. You can best believe it was because of her lack of proximity to Black women. Positive Gal said, I don't know why she lied to her daughter because Evelyn got the same Black man. Yeah, they're delusional. She doesn't even look Black. I'm sure she told her she was different. Yeah, she did, of course. Shaunice's father is Black, but that doesn't mean she's Black. Just because you got a Black dad, like, no, you would, at the biracial, you're less Black if your father is Black. So, let's play it.
For the first time since the birth of baby Blaze, we are sitting down together on the same set with Jay Sion, the Game Taylor. I call you Jay. Jay is a Grammy-nominated rapper, storyteller, and cultural force whose music has chronicled life, loss, and growth for nearly 2 decades. Get ready for an honest conversation about starting over as a father after 40, co-parenting.
Listen, I'm going to say this because I wanted to pause it. I'm going to say this. This has damage control written all over it. This right here, this is given, my daughter got the same Black man, but let me get ahead of the narrative because we already know Black women are going to at some point remind us that this girl got the same Black man. So to me, this is more of a damage control interview. And quite frankly, it makes me wonder if there's some information coming down the pipeline about Game that they're trying to get ahead of. Because it raises the question, why are you doing this interview? Yeah, Mrs. Steary, you said this is already awkward and we're only 5 seconds in. Yeah, because it raises the question, why are we hearing this interview? Why? Why are they sitting up? Because Shaunice is not an A-lister. She's not an A-list celebrity. So why are we hearing about this interview with her and Game?
Family dynamics, accountability, and how life experience shape the man, the music, and the public persona people think they know. AKA my baby daddy.
I was waiting for it. I'm like,
I mean, that's the most important, like,
yeah,
yeah, title.
it is. I think it is. I think that this is like surreal, because I like talk to you guys every day, but like this is like to see you guys in this setting. It just like reminds me that you guys are superstars too, because I don't see you on that light,
Right.
So this is like super cool to me. I woke up, I was excited to come here, and I was like half like family member and then half like business, because like you guys are doing great, and it's like one of those that people are really starting to talk about and get into. And I watch, most of them in full length, especially the last one, the one I saw with Gil, that was super dope. And so I wanted to be a part of it. So I'm here.
So did we need to drop a few episodes for you to want to come on? Because
I'm not
this
gonna
has
lie.
been a
Hey.
6-month
No.
conversation.
See, look, he didn't even, that's the thing. he didn't even want to come do an interview with her. Y'all see how basically he didn't want to do an interview. This is why I'm saying this. I think this is some damage control. Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, Evelyn, we already know you get played out by black men. We already know you get played out by black men. But now your daughter, she getting played too? I don't know. It's just, to me, it's just giving damage control. It really is just giving damage control, because either Evelyn wanted her daughter to be a baby mama, or she's doing damage control because now her daughter has been played out by a man nearly her mama's age, and she just left with the baby.
Conversation.
You know what it was? I wanted to, like, number one, with me, I gotta like get my like hair braided, you know, because I was going through a weird, like, I didn't, my hair wasn't long enough for braids when y'all first started, and I was going through the weird afro stage. So I'm like, let me get my life together, give me like another 2 months. And, you know, I didn't want them braids where they right at the edge. As soon as you smile, your forehead bleed.
Right.
So I'm like, give me a little time and let me, you know, grow the hair out a little bit. And then I come on with a wave cap, which is crazy.
I was about to say, well, where are your braids now?
You
Oh,
just
you
got
know,
them done.
they
There you
they
go.
here, but the wave cap, you know, I got the suede.
Yeah, exactly. Miss Connor, you said, well, during the interview, her daughter said she wouldn't have anything to do with them if they didn't have yeah, because she got the same black men. Again, damage control.
Wave cap, it matched the aesthetics, like everything's going, you know?
You look really
Everything's,
nice.
Thank
Color
you.
looks great on you.
appreciate it.
You know, you guys are really good looking people.
Yeah, thank you. We think the same thing about you.
You know what? Thank
You
you.
just had your 50th birthday.
I did.
And I remind you all the time of how like good you look at 50 and like not to slide, you know, sliding.
Why would this man who had the baby with his daughter, with Evelyn's daughter, why would he be reminding Evelyn all the time that she looks good for 50? Why would he feel the need to do that? Sir, you have a child with the daughter. What is it? What do you need to keep complimenting the mom for? Like, I don't understand it.
One else, but like when I was younger, like you can remember when you were younger, like 50-year-old people look like, I don't know what the hell was going on. Like they look like George Jefferson.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so
The Golden Girls.
right, yeah, no, literally.
They were
And
your age.
Yeah.
yeah, they
Younger.
literally were younger. Some were like 40 something
Yes.
on the show, which
Yeah.
is crazy. But you know, it's different times,
You
man.
think you look good for your age?
I look good. I look great. Yeah.
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 No.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
just a fun fact.
Listen, that was a sneak diss. If y'all didn't see, that's a sneak diss for Shaunice. When she said when she looked at him and said, you think you look good for 50, I think that was a sneak diss, but let's continue.
Drop the low. So when Shaw and I were talking about doing a podcast, I was like, all right, should we do this? Should we not? You are the first person that I reached out to, and you were like, yo, absolutely, you should do it.
Yeah.
So not only did he co-sign this platform, he also gave us the name Drop the Low. He even approved the logo. So, and that's one thing that I've learned about you through this journey of us being a family.
Yeah.
You are so smart and you're so witty that even when you gave me the name, a couple of days later, I was like, hey, do you have any other names? And you were like, nah, that's it. You know what I mean? Like you just knew that that's it. So we're grateful and we thank you that you've been supportive.
Yeah.
And that you're here today and we're excited. But yeah, he gave the name for the podcast.
And I appreciate y'all taking my input. But the thing about it was
See, notice how Evelyn's framing of this. Oh, Evelyn is trying to frame it as this is the active, supportive man who's parenting amicably with her daughter because they just somehow grew apart. No. This is a man who came in with the sole intentions of turning your daughter into a baby mama. Period. He basically 100% said, I saw her, I liked the way she looked, I wanted to turn her into my baby mama. Yeah, he does look like his breath smells really bad, like really, really bad. He strikes me as the type who don't even shower on a regular basis. Yeah, Evelyn does seem more into him than the daughter. And Shaunice seems like she can't stand him. She's still hurt and she's still angry.
Just like it came to me, and I like, and when things come to me, like, like really hit me, and they're like cemented in my brain, and I just knew it would work. And it's easy to say. You know what I'm saying? If you ask anyone that has never heard of your podcast, would you come on our podcast? And they say, yeah, what's it called? And you're like, it's called Drop the Low. Remember, the first thing they're going to think is, oh, that's dope, right? It's in like, everyday use context. It's not going to get old because we're in a like technology age where, your children or your baby daddy or your significant other, like, you like drop the low, I'll pull up, so it's like Lozada. It just worked.
Right,
And I'm
right.
glad that like it's, really, really going well for you.
So you are really creative with your like ideas, and obviously you are in music. So did you ever hear Michael Jackson, that interview, when he's like, whenever he has an idea, he feels like it
I'm
can't
gonna
source
skip.
itself. Do you feel that way when you come up with something?
And rock, right? They can just sing and
So I'm gonna skip until they talk about the relationship because I don't care to hear about Game's music. Like he's not an A-list rapper. I wouldn't maybe okay, fine. He had a couple features with some hot rappers, but Game ain't really sought after. Like he ain't really sought after. So I'm not gonna sit here and listen to an interview and pretend that anything about Game's music career is relevant. I don't even feel like he's a relevant rapper at this point. I don't even feel like he's really that relevant. Yeah, she said, yeah, she actually put MJ and him in the same sentence. And I'm not doing that. I'm skipping past to see when they start talking about relationships. I don't want to hear nothing about his music career.
And perform until they're until they're damn near like no more, right? I love that about music, period. Rap, it gets a little tricky because
Kids. Know how you parent your kids. And I said,
what does that look like for me?
what
right?
does that look like? Like what, well, like, first of all, what is she having? What is it going to look like? What is this going to be? How is my life going to change? I thought about Leo. He's a young uncle. I thought about so many things. Then when obviously she told me that you were the dad, I was like, oh shit.
We in trouble now.
We in trouble now. But I will tell you, I've had people ask me this. They're like, well, how did you feel when you found out that he was the dad? Like how, like what? And my initial feeling was I was shocked,
Yeah.
but then I found so much. I found so much peace in I know how you love your kids, and I know how you parent them.
Game got didn't Game lose a sexual assault lawsuit that was in the media that we know for a fact that Shaunice had to know about because Game is a celebrity? Doesn't he owe money to somebody for a sexual assault lawsuit? I'm gonna look it up while we look at this, but but like some of the stuff that Shaunice is saying, I don't believe it. I don't believe you didn't know certain things about this man. I don't believe it because he has in the public, literally in the public, he has like a default judgment against him. He had the default judgment. No, I don't think they were dating. I don't think they were dating.
Your kids. And I said to myself, you know what? He's a great dad. I thought about Leo. He's a young uncle. I thought about so many things. Then when obviously she told me that you were the dad, I was like, oh shit.
We in trouble now.
We in trouble now. But I will tell you, I've had people ask me this. They're like, well, how did you feel when you found out that he was the dad? Like how, like what? And my initial feeling was I was shocked,
Yeah.
but then I found so much. I found so much peace in I know how you love your kids, and I know how you parent your kids. And I said to myself, you know what? He's a great dad. He's a great dad. And so I found a lot of comfort in that. And now that we've been doing the family thing for some time, I'm like, I couldn't even, see my life without Blaze.
Yeah.
So grateful that you're in our lives because I feel like, you and I, like, well, whenever I need advice, I'm doing something, the podcast, whatever, like, it's been good. Like it flows, We've had a few bumps in the road. Sean's looking like,
I mean, but
I'm
it's
talking about us.
yeah, and in all transparency, that's how it should be. If anything that just goes through like smoothly, straight with no bumps, like you can't grow from that. You
So
can't
you
learn
create-
anything from that. And somebody,
You see the Dusty mentality here? This is the Dusty here. Oh, well, things have to be struggles. There have to be bumps. There have to be ups and downs because you can't learn through that. Yeah, both of their voice be shaking because she really already knows that this dude done made a fool out of her daughter. Both of them, like, watch when Shaunice start talking. It's quite clear she's very hurt.
everything's smooth, somebody's hiding something. They're not being they're 100% of their authentic self. One of my first questions to her was, did you tell your mom? Right? I was like, did you tell your mom? And she was like, well, I'm gonna just wait a little bit, And so I guess she waited a little bit and then she told you.
Yeah.
And then I was like, did you tell your dad? And she was like, no, I'm gonna wait a little bit. But the thing about
and so that's my thing. So this is on the same lines as Cardi B. When Cardi B got pregnant by Stephon Diggs, she didn't tell her parents. And when Shaunice got pregnant by Game, she didn't tell her mother. So it's giving, if you didn't tell your mother, because usually your parent is the first person you go to when you find out you're about to have a kid, especially your mom. So I don't know nobody waiting to tell their mom. Usually your mom is the first person that you talk to when you pregnant. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like my mom would probably be like the first person. I wouldn't be waiting to tell her. So waiting to tell your parents or keeping it from your parents is given. I know my parents wouldn't approve of this. I know that there's something going on with this man to where me being pregnant by him and now being tethered to him for life, that's not going to be well received. So this is already given. Shaunice already knew this was the man that she shouldn't have gotten pregnant by because she didn't even want to tell Evelyn.
When she told me, I was shocked a little bit. Like literally, I was shocked. And we got into this, thing. I love being a dad, right? Like absolutely love being a dad. But I was shocked as shit. And I don't think it was the reaction that Sha wanted. So she cried a little bit. And it was uncomfortable for her and for me. I didn't want to make her cry. I just was like, I didn't know what to say because I hadn't had a kid in 14 years. So I was like super shocked. She had never had a kid. So of course she was super shocked. But when she found out, she kind of got to live with it a little bit. Like I didn't know as soon as she knew. So she lived with it a little bit, processed it, and then
see this is giving. We weren't together, we weren't dating, and I got pregnant by this man. Like this is given. We weren't in a relationship. We were just hooking up. Shaunice got pregnant and she thought that because she got pregnant by this black man and she's not black, she thought somehow that it was going to turn into a relationship. I think she thought he was going to date her publicly and openly, commit to her, and instead he just turned into a baby mama.
once it got to me, she had already kind of lived with it a little bit. So I was super shocked. She cried a little bit. I was really thrown out to the wayside about that because I didn't want to make her feel like I wasn't excited or I wasn't going to love the situation because I absolutely love my children. But we got around that, and obviously he's here and he's beautiful and throwing shit across the house. And yeah, he's just a great kid. And then for her being Blaze's mom, like, oh my God, like a gift to a child because she's so calm and her reserve is like immaculate.
Yeah.
And one day he knocked over coffee, like hot ass coffee. And me, I'd be like, pow pow. And she was just like, it's okay. I swear to God, it was like Cinderella came to that motherfucker with the Swiffer, and she was like, "It's okay, baby," and just swept it up. And I was like, I would have just get a little pop, little no, little something. But man, she parents with so much grace, and I'm just like ecstatic that you're Blaze's mom, because I know that, because I'd be wild as fuck. So I know that, like, as long as he got you guys, as his little army, like, he's gonna be straight.
And
But you do see that? He's wild and irresponsible, doesn't feel the need to change at all, so that he can be a better father for his kids. I think Shaunice is feeling embarrassed. I think she's feeling embarrassed because the more I hear him talk, the more it becomes glaringly obvious they weren't in a relationship. The pregnancy, like, I don't even think the pregnancy caught him off guard, because it sounds like he actually intentionally baby trapped her. I think he never planned at all to do anything except baby trap her. That's it. That's it. All he planned to do was baby trap her. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what it's really given.
But I feel like you manifested Blaze.
Yeah.
Like, you were mentioning another child before I got pregnant.
Yeah, true.
Like, you manifested Blaze.
Yeah.
On our first date, you were talking about a Blaze, not him exactly.
Yeah.
But you were talking about a Blaze. So you agree with that?
I do agree with that. I think that
see, she's saying first date because they're trying to make it seem as if he courted her. I don't think that they were dating. Put a 1 in the chat box if you feel like they were actually dating, because this doesn't sound like two people who are dating. Because if you are already dating, then what is it that what is it? What was the expectation? That I want to know what the expectation was for her. Because if you are already dating this man, if you're gonna put it out that he was already committed to you, what's the problem then? I don't think they were dating. I don't think they were dating at all. I don't think they were dating at all.
and
We talked about kids.
Yeah, true. But just so you guys know, because you guys are, beautiful women. You guys are still like women, right? But men, right? Men see a baddie, we think like, I'm gonna get her pregnant. That's what men think when they see a baddie.
You gamed me.
You gamed me.
I'm just saying, when a man really sees a woman that he likes, and it's a baddie, that be our first thought. Like, we be thinking like, damn, like I would have a baby by that. So yeah, I'm manifested. I'm manifested.
Gamed.
Yeah, game manifested.
Yeah. So he baby trapped her. He never planned to commit to her at all. He never planned to. And I don't believe that they dated, because Shaunice is given, she's too angry. She's too angry for them to have talked about kids. She's too, like, there's too many. How was y'all dating? So you went out on the first date with this man? Y'all were in a relationship. You don't even know this man had the felony. You didn't even know this man had a felony.
So what lessons do you have, like, from raising your older children that are showing up in how you raise Blaze?
So the thing that I've been finding a little bit different is that I'm slower, like I'm older. I'm like, when I had Harlem, I was 23, Justice, I was 27, and in Cali, I was 30. So I was a little bit young and faster, and it's like, obviously for
Mrs. Theory, you can tell she's lying. Mrs. Theory, you can tell she's lying. Like, and I don't think he's raising Blaze. I think that they're trying to give a narrative that Shaunice's emotional state is contradicting. Because in one hand, she's saying we went on these dates, we talked about kids, But in the next one, her energy is saying, I was tricked. Her energy is saying, this was, for me, this was a relationship. I expected that you were going to commit to me when this baby came. This is not a woman who sat down and, I mean, but she could have, because we already know how black men are. So he could have very well gave her the impression that he was dating her. He could have. I'm not getting that out of the situation though. I'm not getting that out of this situation. But I know something is going on that is contradictory to what she's saying. I know that because she's way too angry. She's way too angry and she's still hurt. And you can clearly tell it.
36, right? I'm still in, pretty good shape. And when my son gets to, crawling around, like he down there. So I got to get down there with him. And sometimes these knees don't be kneeing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I think it's a little bit more of a physical challenge. I mean, I'm not on a walker or holding a cane, but I'm not, running around as fast as I used to. So that's a challenge to be able to, and you guys know, like I'm out every day doing cardio. And most of most of it is really just to keep up with this grown boy,
Yeah.
So
Do you feel like you'll so like with me with Blaze, like Blaze gets all the gentle grandparent. Like I'm so gentle with him on a level that like he could do no wrong. I also think that Leo also gets, because I'm a little bit older, I do a little bit more gentle parenting. Do you feel like you're going to be like that with Blaze? Because you know how you say, okay, because we grew up during that time where your mom is going to slap the shit out of you.
Yeah. So me, I establish authority very young. I think that Blaze is 15 months. And at this point, there is no disciplinary actions. He's a baby. He's trying to figure it out. He picks up things, eats them all off the floor. Shots like it's gonna make his immune system stronger. And I'm like, boy, get this lint out your mouth. But she's just like, let him eat it. And yeah, I mean, I believe it. But again, man, she's
and she's fighting for her life, trying not to cry because she's up here trying to act as if she didn't get the same black man, and she did. She got the same black man. This is the plight of the preference, is expecting to get better treatment because you're not black, and then seeing the reality that the only thing these black men are going to give you is the same black man, whether they lied to you and gave you the impression that they were going to give you something better. And I'm pretty sure he did gas Shaunice up. She's a pretty woman. I'm sure he did gas her up. I'm sure he did give her the impression that he was going to commit to her. At the end of the day, though, she still got the same black man.
a great mom. But me, I think that my my authority kicks in around kindergarten, and then from kindergarten to the age of 10 is where I kind of set in stone who's really in charge, right? So that when he is like in the 5th and 6th grade and he's going into middle school, that like the fear of upsetting your father is really what a boy needs, right?
Yeah.
It's like Leo with Carl. Like he can sometimes you gotta be a mom, and you're a good mom too. And you a Sag, and you're not no punk. So Leo ain't gonna wild out, but sometimes you try your mom. But if you put Carl on the FaceTime, one look, and if he say I'm getting on a plane, Leo gonna be like, huh.
1,000%.
So it's like from 5 to 10 is where I really establish authority with my sons. My daughter, she's been running over me for 15 years straight, and I allow it. I love her, but also she just last night she wanted to go.
Right, I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying, Miss Connor. That's what I'm saying. If Evelyn cared about her daughter, she would advise her to not date black men. So if Evelyn guided her daughter towards black men, then yeah, she don't like her. And the only thing she want for her is trouble. That's all she want. Because she got guided her daughter, like she should have been telling her, no, don't date black men. Don't date black men. Yep, she confused sex with love, like most women. No, her mama probably told her she would get a different outcome because she's not black. Yeah, so he ain't gonna be in a no, Mrs. Siri, she raising this kid on his own. Because in one breath he tries to act like he's raising them and they're talking about raising the kid. But when you listen to him, he's saying he ain't even gonna be involved. Not really. Yep, after Diddy, J-Lo didn't date another black man. She sure didn't. She sure didn't because she had already got it what she wanted. Because Jennifer Lopez doesn't really like black men. She knows that they're like a stepping stone to success. Jennifer Lopez was smart. She used black men the way she's supposed to use them and left without any real attachment to them. She was smart. The way she moved was smart.
Hang with her friends. I established the same boundaries when she was, young. She loves and respects me. I love and respect her. I also respect her young womanhood, and I'm giving her like a rope and letting her, pull far and pull far. And last night she was hanging out with her friends. I gave her the time to be in the house. She cut it 30 minutes before that and was in way earlier than I told her to be. And I was like, that's dope. She respects me. She loves me. I reiterated on the fact that I don't want anyone like because she getting to the age where her friend group is like some boys, some girls. And I'm like, I don't want anyone putting their hands on you inappropriately. You know how I feel. And she's like, Dad, how many times you going to say that? I said 1,000,000. And she was like, I respect it. Understood. I got you. I love you. I'll see you soon. And so very early. And so that when you get to, when you're like 10 or 11, 12, and you get, to your teenage years, you can have a little bit more freedom. And I'm not really on your ass like a parent would be, like our parents were.
Right,
my mama
right.
was trying to whip my ass all the way till I was grown because I never really, listened. And we got beat with all kind of shit and like sent to the room. And we had little like, I'll kill my parents, like to yourself, but you would never say it to your mom. And then she comes up there, you want some dinner? And then y'all squash it and stuff like that. But these days, these kids get a little buck and they don't really have no filter. So you got to like really get on their ass early.
So I have a sidebar question. So because you guys have a little age difference, right?
Right.
How do you feel about Shaw choosing? Because Shaw is younger, he's very into health and wellness.
Right.
I know you are too. You could say that your knees are buckling, but by the way, guys, it's 9 a.m. Like Jay wanted to do this interview super early in the morning. I said, boy, he is making us work for this fucking interview, But that's something that people wouldn't know about you. Like you're an early bird.
He didn't even want to do the interview. He didn't even want to do the interview, but this is supposed to be their family. I'm telling y'all, this is damage control. This is given, I want to control the narrative because I'm not going to have black women out here thinking that my daughter is the same as them. Yeah, like I'm telling y'all, this is damage control for sure.
You go jog, like you're out there, you work out. So how do you feel about Shaw choosing not to vaccinate Blaze? Because I know I grew up in the era where I'm going to give him whatever the doctor says, but I appreciate it's true, right? But why are you laughing? I appreciate her doing.
He doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Right. So wait, he's helping to raise them, but he doesn't know that you chose not to vaccinate him. This is not a man who's active. He's not active in that kid's life. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. How are you active in your child's life? Vaccinations start at infancy. He's trying to tell you that he's raising this kid. Him and Shaunice are the family. They raise him together, but he doesn't know that she opted not to get the kid vaccinated. Miss Connor, you said vaccinations are not as safe as they used to be. Shaunice is college educated. Yeah. Wait, why do we need to know this? Yeah, he's not in this kid's life. He's not in this kid's life. Ain't no way.
They're like, oh,
Cause listen,
she does this.
Right.
I know you are too. You know, you could say that your knees are buckling, but you're. By the way, guys, it's 9 a.m. Like Jay wanted to do this interview super early. Well, they say I'm not the expert that there's a connection between vaccinating your kids and autism, choosing not to vaccinate Blaze. Because I know I grew up in the era where I'm going to give him whatever the doctor says, but I appreciate it's true, right? But why are you laughing? I appreciate her doing.
He doesn't even know.
Yeah, he's probably like, oh. But she does her research, and I know that there's a connection. Well, they say I'm not the expert that there's a
listen, I'm telling you, this whole framing is done this way to avoid black women thinking she got the same black man. They came in talking about a first date. Black men don't go on dates. They don't court nobody. Black men are not the dating type. So first they started with, oh, well, on our first date, Evelyn's sitting here talking about how he's a part of the family, how he helped with the podcast. He starts talking about, oh, this girl that, well, she does this with him and I ain't doing that. But then he talking about raising the kid and disciplining the kid. But then he jumps to saying he don't raise kids until after 5. And he also doesn't know that she opted to not vaccinate. She got the same black man. They're trying to frame this in a way as if she did not. Black men don't go on dates. Black men don't take black women on dates. So we know exactly what this is. Let me continue.
Connection between vaccinating your kids and autism. Like there's just so much out there, but well, how do you feel about that?
So me, I'm not really, I came up, we got vaccinated as kids. I'm pretty sure you did. It was just like what you had to do.
Right.
And like now I don't really trust all the vaccinations. So I'm not really versed in vaccinations. I just don't too much trust vaccinations, right?
Yeah.
Like I didn't get a COVID vaccination. I didn't have COVID probably about 20 times at this point, but I fight it with my immune system and with my well-being and how I take care of myself, right? Some people need to get vaccinated because they may have immune systems that are not as strong. As far as like her maternal decisions, like I don't challenge her. I just don't challenge her. I know she definitely does research.
He's not there. He ain't there with that kid. I'm telling y'all, he is not active. And that's why she's mad. She's mad because he roped her into single motherhood and he ain't even active in his kid's life. She raising his kid on her own, y'all. I don't care what narrative they try to spin, because if you got the same opinion as her, then why would she say, well, I don't even think he knows. I think they cut the camera and Evelyn talked to Shaunice and him, and they're supposed to be giving the impression that they a family and they're amicable. But in his responses, you can tell he's not. You can tell he's not actively raising his kid with her. She just want black women to think he is. They want all black women to think that they got a different black man. They did not.
She definitely knows what she's talking about.
She's an investigator.
She's for sure an investigator. And again, man, she is off to a great start. I know it's only been, a year and some months. She's also pregnant for 9.5, whatever that was. But I think even with you having Leo and her being as much old as she is, the age gap between her and Leo, she had to like low key parent Leo sometimes. So I mean, she already had the knack for.
Hold on, is that not what Jennifer Williams said? Did Jennifer Williams not say that that Shaunice was a latchkey baby? And didn't Evelyn, because she's mail center, didn't she get mad because Jennifer said this is a latch that Shaunice is a latchkey baby, and now Game is saying, well, he's pretty sure Shaunice had to help with raising and mothering Leo. Yeah, this lady, this is a baby mama. This is a baby mama, and she raising it on her own. She raising it. He said she because this is her journey. I'm not there. It's yeah. Which means he ain't raising her. Which means she's raising this kid alone as a single mother.
You know, her maternal vibes and instincts and all that. But I don't challenge her. But it goes the same with Aliska when we were young. I didn't challenge her maternal decisions. I didn't challenge her.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question. So since you had COVID, like how many times? Do you feel like that built up your immune system?
Oh, she's
I really
wait.
do.
Listen.
It's the same as
Listen. She don't even want to sit here with him. She doesn't even want to sit here with him. She's very angry. She don't like him. She very angry. She don't want to talk to him, and she probably hate that she has to co-parent with him. Like her energy is reading. Why do I don't even want to have to sit here next to him. Like she's pissed. She really is. She holding a lot in.
when kids eat dirt.
Eat dirt. Yeah. Yeah. So
Exactly.
she's saying give your kids one scoop of dirt a week, and they can fight off anything.
I mean, at this age, he's at a funny stage where like we'll find him eating dog food, or he'll lick the floor.
Yeah.
Or yesterday he took his bottle. This is his thing lately, bro. He took his bottle and he goes like this. He spills it. He did like this on the floor, and then he licked it.
Yeah.
And like I watched him do this because I was curious to see what he's gonna do. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he is funny. He is funny.
He his own he his own little man. And I say that like, I had Callie she was an easy child to raise. Harlem didn't even really speak to people till he was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
He's so mild-mannered and chill. Blaze reminds me a lot of King Justice in a lot of ways, as far as a baby, because they're just active. They know what they're doing, but they want you to think that they're trying to figure it out. But he knows what he's doing. He's just like, but then it's a learning curve too. Like he's trying to figure it out. He needs to be told, don't do that or no. And then he needs to be told, by his mom, it's okay, eat the dirt off the floor. It's gonna make you, strong as Samson one day. But again, that is the beauty of having like two good parents,
Yeah. Did you think it was crazy when you posted Blaze on Christmas and people were saying, "Oh, that's an AI baby"?
Yeah, it was crazy. So the thing is, like, whenever I post him, people don't know if it's real or if it's him or if it's like a app or something. I'm just like, look, man, my kid is beautiful. It ain't me. I wish I was as beautiful as he is, but
Right.
we really just got like, I mean, I don't know if I want to call it luck because I feel like I'm a good looking person. She's stunning. You're one of the best looking grandmas on earth.
Thanks,
You
Jen.
know, I mean,
Yeah, no.
you got to give it to yourself. You're 50 years old. And when you say 50 years old, that is like half a century. And so you should really like, I know you got to look, I know you look in the mirror and say, you know what, Ev, like you really are doing great. And I mean, if we opened your DMs right now, you would have YNs to, old niggas in there. Like, hey, so it's like you really got to give yourself and your genetics and your mother, like, her props because you guys are really good looking people.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've gotten into arguments with not arguments, but people are like, where did he get those colored eyes from? Like,
Y'all, I got a hunch. I got a hunch as to why they're doing this. Y'all, what if Game got another baby on the way? Y'all, because this just came to my mind. What if Game got another baby on the way? Exoticals love fetishizing the baby out. Yeah. I think that's why they do. I think that's why they doing this. Because for the life of me, I can't understand why a mother would disregard the turmoil that this girl is in, and it would make sense why Shaunice is so angry. It would make sense why Shaunice is so angry. I don't know. It's just an intuition. He's given no real details when describing his child. He described his relationship with his 15-year-old daughter. Yeah, you said that's what you said in the chat earlier. LaFord, yeah. It really it is given there's a baby about to come down the pipeline. I told y'all there's something that's probably about to come out, which they're doing this.
As if it can't happen. It was like such a weird thing. And I've even responded to like maybe one person, because I don't argue in the comments no more. Like, you know what, you've been really good with that too. I feel like you used to troll sometime, like years ago, you would bang on people.
Right.
You don't do that no more.
Because you got to understand, well, number one, you got to understand where it's coming from. It's coming from someone who doesn't really like themselves. And so they like you, right? They like you so much that they're obsessed with you enough to try to tear you down, which is really them tearing their own selves down from the inside. Because it was like I was telling Sha before, people, we're in the light, right? Like all of us, just, we're in the light. So you have millions of followers, you have millions of followers. I have millions of followers. A person that's hiding behind their phone, that has their own insecurities and fucked up life, can easily tell you that you don't look good, and then throw their phone on the charger and you can see it or not see it, right? It's so easy to throw a rock and hide a stone when you're not in the light. Right. But for those who are in the light, we understand that, like, I understand where it's coming from. So it's like the people that hate you are literally your biggest fans, because the people that love you, they don't have time to really zero in on every single thing you're doing. They're busy loving themselves. So it's literally only people who don't love themselves who are trying to get you, down there with them. And I've just like never been the guy to like dive down. I'll get down there and like step on you, like pull my underwear down and take a shit on you if I really feel like trolling. But for the most part, man, like thank you. Thank you for following, because if you look at most of your hated comments, it's going to say follow back.
Yeah.
Which means
listen, whenever a preference comes out and does an interview like this, and you see in the body language, understand that they getting ahead of a narrative. Understand that they're probably getting ahead of a narrative, because it doesn't make what else would be the reason for Evelyn disregarding that her daughter, like, you can tell in Shaunice's energy, she's pissed. She pissed. She don't even want to be on the stage with him. Every time she opens her mouth, listen, to me, the one of the only things that's gonna cause anger like this is a new baby shortly after you have one. I'm telling y'all, something's probably coming down the pipeline, and they trying to do damage control and get ahead of this. And that's probably why they talking all of this first dating, because they want to pitch this like it was an actual relationship where these two people just go their separate ways, rather than, no, this dude done turned her into a baby mama, and she know because he got a baby coming on the way. Yeah, this daughter Shaunice is miserable. She's pissed. You can tell she pissed.
Follow you, they wait, they see it, and they can't wait to tell you that they're having a shitty day again. And God bless them.
Are you surprised that they weaponized the fact that you two had a baby against me on the show?
Look,
like I had a feeling it was.
Look, that's why she's doing it. That's why she's bringing up all these rumors. That's why she's trying to clear the air on all of this. Listen, y'all should expect things to get messy. Something's gonna come out. I got a feeling something's gonna come out. I got a feeling, because I'm getting, my spidey senses is tingling. Evelyn didn't just do this interview for no reason. She ain't just doing this interview with this type framing. Yeah, Timmy said, I think this is damage control because this interview was very random. It is. It is. It's very random. And Shaunice is over here pissed. And they're not saying the reason that the relationship ended.
What happened, but like, how did you feel about that? Because
They called you a felon.
Yeah. I mean, true.
Are you?
So I am. So I don't feel slighted by someone trying.
Like, look at her face. Like, look at her facial expression, especially when she asked him, is he a felon?
True.
Are you?
So I am.
Right. Look at her face. Look at her face. Her jaw is clenched over here. She's pissed. There was rumors saying they had a threesome. It could be. It could be in something like, look at her face here.
So I don't feel slighted by someone trying to like throw
Like she pissed.
like my past at me. Yeah, I'm a felon. Like, my mama know I'm a felon. My kids know I'm a felon. My fans know I'm a felon, and that's just what it is. I don't try to duck who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? Am I in jail? Absolutely not. Made some mistakes in the past. Yes, I have. I was young, a little misguided. My father died a long time ago. Even when he was alive, I didn't really lean on him for advice the way I should have, the way my children can to me. So yeah, I made some mistakes. I'm not like one of those who's gonna hide or mask my face because I have a fear of somebody.
They weren't. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think happened. I think Shaunice came in as just a jump off. I don't think they were in a relationship. I don't think they dated. I think that Evelyn told Coach Shaunice on to approach this man. I think he got her pregnant. She thought he was going to be in a relationship with her. And I think instead he went out and continued with other women. He has another baby on the way. And now they doing damage control. Because keep in mind, Evelyn already emphasized multiple times he didn't even want to do this interview. He didn't even want to do the interview. I really think that this is what's going on. And now I think Evelyn out here doing damage control because she don't want the world to see that her daughter followed she led her daughter down the same road that she was down just to be a baby mama, basically. Yeah, because how you didn't know? Game is a celebrity. Game is a celebrity. Ain't no way Shaunice missed the part of the news on Game that he owes he has millions of dollars judgment because of an essay on a black woman. Yeah, no. This man played her daughter out like a jump off, and it's gonna come out, and she trying to get ahead of it.
Being judgmental about who I was at one point in time in my life. What I do know for a fact is anybody that's speaking my name, right, will not say that, and if they see me, because one or two things. Number one, I am a felon, and number two, I'm gonna get off in your ass in person. Like, I'm gonna get off in your ass. So you're not gonna even come at me like that. So do it for the show. Do it on the internet. It's all cute. It's all cool. I can't really snatch my TV off the wall and break it across my knee because I'm mad at you. But when I see you in person, and one day I will, have that same energy. It's all that I ask. I'm not in the back and forth on the internet. And 10 out of 10 times when people see me in person, they don't have the same energy. So cool, have at it.
yeah.
How many felonies do you have?
Oh,
Blaze
know
is
what?
gonna ask one day.
Yeah,
So
I think like on the record, 2 on record.
that's not bad.
It is bad because we live in a 3-strike state.
Mhm.
So it is pretty bad. One of them was a wobbler, so I ended up getting that expunged. And like what a wobbler is like you get to like after a certain amount of time you can go back in. If you don't commit any more felonies, you can get it to a misdemeanor. So that's where I am with one, and then I'll over time I'll get the other one down, and yeah.
But this was what, like when you were in your 20s? Like what?
30s.
Okay.
ever since my 40th birthday, I've been like one with God. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't like, I'm not saying like I'm Pastor Mace or TD Jakes or Kirk Franklin, but I'm doing pretty well with like my faith and where I'm.
Y'all, listen. Y'all, I had to. I had to look at ChatGPT's Oracle. Do y'all want to hear what it said? I'm telling y'all. Listen. Do y'all want me to tell y'all what it said? Because I had to. I had to ask some Oracle to see if my spidey senses were correct. Do y'all want to see what it said? Put a 1 in the chat box if y'all want to see what this 5-card tarot reading spread said. Because I had to. My spidey senses was going off too much. It was going off way too much. Okay, I'm about to read it because I pulled it up on my phone. I had to. My radar was just going off way too much. So this is what I put in there. Let me read it to y'all. I put in there and I said, this is how I framed the question. I said, could you ask the car, I said, because I asked 3 questions. I said, there are rumors. Now, mind you, there are no rumors. I just deeply feel this is what's going on. So let me take this off because I want to see the chat box while I read this to you. We'll get back to this. We'll get back to this. But my spidey senses was tingling a little bit too much for me to ignore this. So, and look, this will be easily verified because if this is what happened, it's going to come out soon. It's going to come out real soon if this is actually what's happening. So let me read it. I said, there are rumors that the rapper Game has another baby on the way despite having a toddler. Could you please, I said, could you pull cards to see if this is a rumor or is there new baby energy around him? Listen, y'all, look. This is what it said. Question. So it said, yes, let's put cards on it. Question. Is the Game expecting another baby? Is there real new baby energy around him right now? So this is what it pulled. Cards pulled, general energy. So it pulled 7 cards. It said 1, the Empress, 2, the Page of Cups, 3, the Moon, 4, the 2 of Pentacles, 5, 7 of Swords, 6 is 6 of Cups, and 7 is Judgment. It says, what this says, straight no fluff. Yes, it said yes. There is pregnancy, fertility energy around him. It said, yes, there is pregnancy, fertility energy around him. The Empress is the loudest mother pregnancy fertile energy card in the deck. When she shows up in a question like this, it's rarely random. The Page of Cups reinforces it. Page of Cups is new life, emotional news, surprise announcement, and often literally a baby or pregnancy revealed. So the core answer is yes, there is new baby energy around the Game. I'm telling y'all. Listen, my spidey senses said, nope, they ain't doing this. Then it said, but the rumors may be messy or unclear, like multiple women or hidden details. It said you got the Moon plus 7 of Swords, and that combo is big. The Moon equals secrecy, rumors, unclear truth, hidden pregnancy, things not being publicly confirmed. 7 of Swords equals deception, sneaky behavior, doing things behind the scene and keeping it quiet. So if you're asking, is this true? The answer is likely yes, but it's not clean and it's not fully public on purpose. This looks like something being hidden, possibly not wanting the public to know, or the situation being intentionally vague. Why it feels believable? He's juggling. 2 of Pentacles is literally man juggling responsibilities. It very strongly suggests multiple obligations, multiple situations, already have the toddler, plus another baby on the way fits this card perfectly. Why the card says this isn't his first rodeo? 6 of Cups equals children, babies, past family, already has kids and repeating the cycle. It confirms the theme. Children are already a major part of his life energy, and this could be more of the same. The likely outcome, judgment at the end, the truth comes out, public reveal, everybody finds out. So even if it's being hidden now, the cards say this get confirmed eventually. It said yes. So, final oracle answer. Yes, there is very strong new baby pregnancy energy around the game, but it looks secretive, rumor based for now, and potentially messy or involving hidden details, and is likely to come out publicly later. So, I asked another question. I said, could you ask the card if this new baby is motivation behind the podcast episode that Evelyn and Shaunice, the mother of the current toddler, just released? So it said, yes, let's ask that directly. So it said, question, is the new baby energy connected to or motivating the recent podcast episode Evelyn and Shaunice released? So it pulled 7 more cards. 1, the Knight of Wands. 2, the Queen of Swords. 3, the Three of Cups. 4, the Page of Swords. 5, the Eight of Wands. The Five of Wands and the Sun. Timmy said, is she wanting to protect her daughter, she would have encouraged her not to get pregnant by him or drove her to a clinic. Yeah, but she already got the baby. So it says interpretation straight up, yes, strongly likely. This spread screams response episode reaction energy. Page of Sword equals spying, watching, hearing information, reacting to news and rumors. 8 of Wands, fast moving news, messages, it came out suddenly. 3 of Cups, third party energy, very often another woman. So it says 5 of Wands, conflict, competition, drama. Queen of Swords, a woman speaking sharply, addressing the truth, cutting through bullshit. Knight of Wands, the game's energy, impulsive, sexual, busy, moves around. This card says that episode was not random. It was motivated by something they found out or felt coming. The core message, they're responding to a new situation. This doesn't feel like a normal let's just chat episode. It feels like they heard something. They're trying to control the narrative and they're speaking before it fully hits the public. That's exactly what the Page of Swords, 8 of Wands look like. It said the Sun at the end, confirmation is coming. The Sun of exposures, the card suggests even if they didn't say it plainly, they're reacting because something is about to come to light. Something lines up with the baby rumors. So, Oracle answer, it said, yes, the card is saying suspected new baby energy is connected to the motivation behind the podcast episode. It looks like a strategic response, narrative control before news becomes undeniable. It said, if you want, I can pull cards on what exactly they know versus what they're assuming and whether they've already confirmed it privately. Yeah, Positive Gal said they letting us know that her and Game are not together. So when this mess comes out publicly, they will revert back to his interview. Exactly. So then I said, could you ask if this is why Shaunice looks so angry and hurt in this interview? And it said yes. And honestly, the cards already lean that way. It said the cards already lean that way, but I'll ask. It said, and these are the cards that it pulled. 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is a direct heartbreak. The High Priestess, meaning she suspected it. 10 of Wands, the Empress, 5 of Cups, King of Wands, and Justice. Interpretation, very clear. Yes, that's exactly what this looked like. The spread is basically screaming. She knows something. It hurts. She's carrying it, and she can't fully say it. Key cards, 3 of Swords, heartbreak, emotional betrayal, pain. You can see on the face. High Priestess, keeping quiet, holding secrets, knowing the truth but not speaking. 10 of Wands, burden, overwhelmed, carrying stress alone. So not only is she a single mom, but he just made her one of his baby mamas. 5 of Cups, sadness, disappointment, grief, feeling like, wow, really? Empress equals pregnancy mother energy. Again, it's saying the Empress card came out again. King of Wands equals him, sexual, impulsive, moves however he wants. Justice, I'm weighing my next move, consequences, legal relationship boundaries, and receipts. So yes, the cards strongly connect to her expression to baby pregnancy news and specifically a painful kind. Why she looks angry, not just sad, because this isn't giving soft heartbreak. This gives betrayal plus humiliation plus exhaustion. Like, I just had a baby toddler. I'm still postpartum, still adjusting. And now there's another pregnancy rumor out already, that kind of hurt often shows up as rage, and rightfully so. It says what High Priestess Puss Justice says. She's not just mad, she's also watching, calculating, and protecting herself. Of course, she a Gemini, so she probably about to do something. She probably about to get back. She probably go get her get back. The combo says she knows more than she's saying. She's being strategic, and she may be preparing to set boundaries or make decisions that affect him publicly, legally, and financially. Didn't I say she gonna get her get back? Geminis can't let stuff go, and she over there stewing in anger. She gonna do something to get her get back. She's going to get something. It says Oracle answer. He the Sagittarius. Oracle answer, yes. The cards say Shaunice's visible anger and hurt is directly tied to the pregnancy, new baby energy around him, or the suspicion of it. It looks like she knows something privately, and it genuinely wounded her. It says, if you want, I can also pull cards on, does she already have confirmation or rumors? Is the pregnancy already real right now? Will she publicly expose it or keep it private? So, look, we already knew, because over here we intuitive. We intuitive over here when we can read the room. And so we read the room, and the room looked like there was some missing elements. Evelyn over here playing in ourselves, but our spidey senses, because we black women, and ain't nobody more intuitive than black women, our spidey senses is saying, nah, something ain't clean in the buttermilk. Something ain't clean in the buttermilk. So it's given, you got turned into just another baby mama. He wanted to collect her because she's pretty. And now he has a pretty child that is racially ambiguous, and that's all he wanted. And listen, we will know real soon if ChatGPT is lying or not. I don't think it is. I don't think it is, because that's what my spidey senses was tingling about. Nah, something ain't right. That Evelyn ain't you. You didn't just, and then he didn't even want to do the interview. He didn't want to do the interview. He don't know if you got the baby, if you chose. He don't know your stance on vaccinations. You're trying to sell us first dates. Black men don't date. Black men don't take nobody on dates. Like I said, this is damage control. Yeah, Timmy, over here we exercise intuition, and our intuition told us, yeah, no, somebody playing. This is a preference playing, trying to get ahead of the curve. Now she want to sell it as, oh, well, the relationship just naturally fell apart. No, he put her in a rotation. He put her in a rotation. That's why it's giving humiliation. But let's continue. We gonna go continue with the thing, because I got about 20 more minutes. And then we gonna have to shelve it and tell, because y'all know my mom is here, so I can't exactly leave her unoccupied and ignore her for over 2 hours. But I planned on an hour and a half, but we'll get more into it. I just wanted to check, because my spidey senses was, my radar was going off and saying, no, this ain't, you not giving this type of energy, and this was an amicable breakup. No, you give this energy when a betrayal happened. That's when you give this energy.
I'm at in life, and I haven't been to jail in a very long time.
Right.
What changed at 40?
Callie she hit an age where I start to think about walking her down the aisle one day, and her being able to go through, the period stage, and like go through those battle, these emotions that it takes two parents to like really get a child through those times, especially when it's your daughter, like my sons. I'm just being being honest. When Justice and Harlem were little, I didn't give a fuck. I was their dad. I wasn't apologetic about who I was. Yeah, I loved them, but like if I had to get something done in the streets, I was gonna do it. They have good mothers. I knew they was gonna be all right. My mother is like love her.
Again, he's making it known that he does not stay in the home to raise his kid. Again, they're trying to sell you on he's an active father. No, he's not. He's not. They're trying to frame it that way. And every time they listen, Shaunice's experience might be Evelyn's karma. This might be Evelyn's karma. Because remember, Evelyn was talking a whole lot about black women. Evelyn don't like black women, and now you got to watch your daughter get treated just like a black woman. You thought she was better. And now you watching your daughter get made into a baby mama and publicly humiliated on the world stage. And everybody go blame Evelyn because who raised her? Who raised her? Everybody go blame Evelyn because we already know, oh, she following in Evelyn's footsteps. It's probably her karma. It's probably Evelyn's karma.
Grandchildren. And so I'll be like, I'll go to jail for a little bit and I wouldn't care. But that's the difference between being young and misguided versus being getting older and allowing wisdom to consume you. So now I'm not going to make the same mistakes, that I made when I was younger, because I really absolutely adore watching my children grow.
Do you wish to see all your children married with families?
Woo, and
Boys and girls.
yeah, I would love to, but the reality is, and this is the challenge when you have kids older, when you're older. Your mom can say, concur. I think my number one thought, right, about my baby son is that when Blaze is 30, I'll be 75. And I think about Harlem's 22. He'll be 30 in 8 years, and I'll only be like 53 or something like that. But when Blaze is 30, I will be 75. My dad died at 65. My mom's 65 now. My mom has some heart issues. My dad died of a heart attack. Those are my parents. Genetically, I need to be on my wellness and on my shit and being happy and doing things that are going to keep me alive so I can probably live till my son is 50 years old. Because when he is 50, I'm gonna be dead. Let's just call it spade.
Here.
I'm not, I'm just gonna let everybody know that you're not gonna see a 95-year-old game player. So I have to be.
No.
Oh, I know. Because right at about 80, my whiskey and my Hennessy intake is gonna go through the roof. I just want to, vibe out as an old man, and I don't want to, have no regrets. But so that's why now, like, I'm just all the way. I'm diving in that pool of parenthood because I'm still young and active. For the most part, I feel great. I feel like I could live to 90 and still be driving around and doing my thing. But the reality of it is, my mom has had, has a history of a few little, heartaches, and my dad died from a heart attack. So I have to be realistic with my lineage and my who my parents were. And my grandparents didn't live to be, they all kind of made it to their 70s and 80s, but no one made it to 90. And this is
this is a very cringy
So I got to be real intentional about loving who I love and really spend.
The reason this is a cringy interview to me is because they're trying to play it off as anything other than damage control. That's why it's cringy to me. It's cringy to me because it shows the pathology of these women. It really does. It shows the pathology of them. It showed it. How they thrive off of being able to say they're better than black women, but then once that situation come around and they get shown that they're not better than black women, they run and rush to do damage control. And that's what this is doing. This is showing damage control. Because Evelyn, how you end up letting your daughter, when you've been dating black men, you've been getting abused by black men, you've spent your whole life getting the same black man, the least you could have done is prepare your daughter for it, and you didn't even do that. Evelyn had one job, and that was to prepare her daughter for the reality of black men, and it looked like she didn't. She didn't prepare her daughter at all.
Time adoring the downstairs and like, oh, what's up, Dad? Grandpa, like
that unit. I feel like I have everything I need, and Blaze for me is just like, he's really like cranked it up again for me as far as the holidays, because he was a little older, but I love that because I love the idea of, and I've always desired, I've talked about that here, I've always desired and wanted to have a family unit and be married and all those things. It just didn't work out. So now I'm to a point where I'm like,
right.
I have everything I need, so.
I have a reverse feeling about what works out and what didn't work out.
I'm trying to fast forward through this because I don't want to hear everything about him, only certain parts.
So I feel like it did work out. I feel
Well,
like
no, because my ex-husband wasn't.
Hey, look at Shaunice's face as he talks. Like, look at her face. Like this, she's disgusted. She doesn't like it. She can't even hide it in her energy and her face. She's so disgusted at him. She don't want to be sitting next to him. She don't want to be sitting across from him. And then look at his demeanor in comparison to hers. Shaunice is visibly hurt and upset, and he's almost hyper and happy and bouncing. Like this dude don't got a care in the world. He has no care in the world, no empathy, no sympathy. He would absolutely have sex with her mom. He would absolutely have sex with her mom if her mom is willing.
Carl.
oh, was it? No, who was it?
No, it was Chad.
Oh,
I married Chad.
oh, so
Yeah, I was thinking.
I didn't know that. I thought you were married to Carl.
No,
You guys
we
just
were
engaged?
engaged. We were about to get married. We were planning a wedding and then we
Yeah.
broke up while we were planning this wedding.
Right.
But no, it was Chad.
So anyway, with the relationship with Chad, with the relationship with Carl, I'm pretty sure you love who you are today.
For
So
sure.
you can't say that things didn't work out. They worked out the way that they were to make you who you were today.
Right.
If you weren't happy in your marriage and you weren't happy, or someone wasn't happy in your engagement, but you made it out just fine, and you have Leo and you and Carl, seen you and Carl together. It looked like my dog. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it did work out. And Carl looks like he's doing great. You look like you're doing great. You guys meet at the middle and parent this amazing boy. And so I feel like it did work out. I know people that have been married for 15 years that are fucking miserable,
Right.
that are miserable. And I look at that and I'm like, I feel like I'm doing good, right? Like
These are
I'm
not
great. I'm not
miserable
married
men.
yet, but I feel good.
Your co-parenting journey together. You go first.
Oh,
And I think Evelyn's voice is quivering too because she already know that he done did her daughter wrong. And she can probably feel how upset and hurt her daughter is. You said Evelyn ain't changing. She is not high value in her community to get a rich man like a Mark Anthony or A-Rod. No, she's not. No, she's not.
so to be honest, she had a way that she thought things should be, or she has a way that she thinks things should be. And I'm not fighting her on that. I think that her thoughts and her outlook on, parenthood and relationship and how a woman should bring a child into the world and what that woman needs and in respect and loyalty and everything, in that pot of gumbo of like how you should treat and respect the woman that you're having a child with. I think that all her views are right. I think that I'm used to doing things my way. I'm also an alpha male. I'm also a Sagittarius. I'm also a very hard person to deal with sometimes because I get bullheaded.
Mhm.
And when I put my foot down, it's kind of like it's my way or the highway.
I hope y'all just listen to what this man said because he literally just validated everything. Everything we said just got validated. He basically saying, yeah, I understand the way in which she thinks she should be treated and respected because she had a kid by me, but it don't matter. I'm not going to commit to her. I'm not going to respect her. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. This bandit just done already said everything. You said now saying her daughter had the looks and the elegance to pull a high value Hispanic man, but she passed along her mentality to Shaunice. She does. She does. No, Shaunice had the look to where she could have got any man, any race of man. Shaunice could have got any race of man. Now she can't. Now she can't. She can't now. She can't now. I think that if Evelyn would have told Shaunice the reality of black men, I think she would have been able to navigate the situation better. I think she would have been able to navigate the situation better. Instead, I think Shaunice went into this blindsided because her mother is a male worshiper and the only man she could actually worship is black men. The only man who will worship her is black men. She told her daughter to go to the men who will put her on a pedestal, the men who are the most easy to get stuff out of. Problem is that these are degenerate bandits. You should never make any investment in degenerate bandits.
Which is something I'm still working on. And it's probably got real difficult for her in the beginning stages because she felt like, why are you so
bullheaded?
Yeah, and I'm so like calm and patient and trying to figure it out. And I don't think in the early stages that I gave her enough grace to really live it how she saw fit.
Yeah. Go ahead, Shaw.
What was the question? To learn about men?
Yeah, like what have you learned? Because co-parenting sometimes, I mean, obviously, it's not easy. Co-parenting with someone's not easy, no matter what the situation is.
See, look, y'all see how they're making it into a co-parenting situation, but they're very vague when they talk about why this relationship did not work. And Shaunice's baby is what? How old is Shaunice's baby? Let me see. How old is Shaunice Hairston's daughter? Hairston's son. I want to see how old he is. Yeah, it says based on this, as of early 2025, her son is an infant. He ain't even 1 yet. The news of the birth was reported in December 2024. So yeah, he's 1. He's 1. So my question is, notice how they're not telling you what happened to cause this relationship to break up, and this baby is only 15 months? He's 15 months? And mind you, this is part 1. Look, part 1. So they did a 2-part episode they doing a 2-part episode. You can't tell me this is not damage control.
We had a few months of like fire with fire,
Yeah.
Well, thank you for saying that you didn't give me enough grace, because I do agree with you. And I think a lot of my anger came from you not delivering what the expectations were.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that there. But I think that I had to learn how to, when I'm done with someone, I'm done with them. And because you share a child, you can't necessarily be done with them.
Yeah.
So I think I had to learn how to wrap my mind around the fact that, like, this is for life. Because otherwise I would have been like, would we be sitting here today if we didn't have Blaze? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can.
Because otherwise it would have been like, all right.
Yeah, because when you stop talking to somebody, you're like, okay, whatever. But when you do share,
I mean, I feel like I would have still been on Drop the Low. So I would have.
But maybe for different reasons,
Oh,
right?
right.
Because I also do feel like we were meant to cross paths in whatever capacity we were meant to cross paths in. And we were having this conversation the other day by like, well, in my opinion, the universe and God doesn't make mistakes. So
Right.
Blaze was supposed to be here. You were supposed to be Blaze's dad. We were chosen to be his parents. So I think that I just had to learn how to grasp with the fact of like, okay, this is a situation in which you have to stick around me.
Right.
That's not my thing. That's not my dating life. There's like one ex that I ended up being friends with like a year or 2 after we broke up. But so I think that's what I had to.
yeah, I think I will say, I'm proud that we're able to do this.
Yeah.
Because there were a few bumps
Well-
in the road. And I know for you, being a new mom.
See, they keep mentioning a few bumps in the road, but you can already tell by what they're not saying. They're not talking about the status of the relationship, but they're referring to co-parenting, which means there was a relationship breakdown. Why? Why? So why would you be talking about this relationship, but you're not gonna, if you're not gonna specify what the issue was, and you're not gonna mention that they're not together? And I get that people are saying, because there's a lot of people saying this interview is very bizarre, which it is bizarre, but that's because people aren't picking up on the fact that this wasn't just done randomly. They're doing this for a reason. This is a response. They're just not telling you what the response is to. Her reputation isn't damaged, but something was or is going on. Yeah, absolutely. They just don't want to admit it. Yeah, no, they don't want to admit it. She keeps cutting her off because Evelyn wants to paint this dynamic as perfect. Yeah, she wants to paint it as if her daughter ain't a baby mama, like they're just amicably co-parenting. That's not what's happening here. He went out and had another child. He moves how he wants to. He's not actively co-parenting if he's out creating other children with other women.
Yeah. Having to figure out how to co-parent with this person. He's a bullhead, he's a Sagittarius. You're like, you're a Gemini, but you got a little, I don't know what you're rising. Yeah, what you're
Cancer is like Harlem. I feel like I use Harlem, which is my oldest son, as like the foundation for like the model human.
I'm gonna leave the interview here because we already went over all of the important parts that I wanted to. If y'all want to go over the rest of it, we can go over it tomorrow when we do our more extended live stream on social issues, because we got a lot to talk about. Y'all, we got a lot to talk about in the regular live stream. But at the end of the day, Evelyn's daughter got played out. Sadly. And now she had the baby by a man that she don't even want to talk to. Yeah, Evelyn don't want her daughter to tell the truth yet because it's embarrassing to Evelyn. Because it will be incredibly embarrassing to Evelyn. That's why. Because she don't want to admit that she failed her daughter, that her daughter has now been reduced to a baby mama, and she got the same black man. So the only thing that her daughter could be is a living, breathing example of how black women were right, and we always right, and it's because we right. That's what they're trying to do. They're getting, I'm telling y'all, yeah, because it was tingling, like it was real tingling on me. It was tingling on me real heavy. This man got a baby. And we gonna find out soon. We gonna find out real soon. We're gonna find out real soon whether ChatGPT is correct when it said yes, he had the baby on the way. He got a baby on the way. And Devlin is trying to protect herself, not her daughter. Yeah, she is. She is. She's trying to create this buffer because she know what's coming down the pipeline. She ain't dumb. She's not that dumb. She know exactly what's coming down the pipeline. But listen, when the messy drama come down the pipeline, we gonna be over here to say we were correct the whole entire time. And as soon as we watched this interview, we were able to pick up exactly what's going on. Because I seen some other people cover it, and I've watched some videos on TikTok. I haven't heard anybody mention the possibility that he have another baby out here. Because they talking about it all over TikTok too. They talking about it all over TikTok that, yeah. But ain't nobody picking up on, no, this is for a reason. They put this interview out here for a reason. This is not random. I promise y'all it's not random. Evelyn know exactly what she's doing. She know exactly what she's doing. The fact that she didn't know he wasn't a felon, yeah. Yeah, and she genuinely looks like she didn't know. She genuinely looks like she didn't know because I'm watching her body language, I'm watching her facial expressions, and listen, this girl, like she's feeling grossed out. She feeling grossed out. Absolutely not. Now I have a baby and I have to co-parent. I have a baby by this dude and I have to co-parent with him. And she's about to face public embarrassment. I do feel bad for Shaunice. I do. I do, because I know who raised her, Evelyn. Because Evelyn set her up. That's why I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her because Evelyn set her up. But anyway, let me see something. Do I gotta restart? Yeah, I actually do gotta restart my computer anyway for the thing to take place. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Listen, we might watch episode 2. We might watch part 2, but I don't even think we need to. I think it's quite clear that this is damage control. And now all we got to do is wait. That's all we got to do. We got to sit and wait for the drama to come out. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm about to restart my computer and get some stuff clean and take my mom somewhere. So I'll see y'all back.